In Athlas Duel for Divinity, two players take on a role of a young Athelian vying to assemble the portal back to Athlas, thus passing the final test to adulthood. The game has two phases. In the first phase, the creation phase, each player uses his cards to create and equip their own alpha creations and prepare a divine intervention deck. In the second phase, the command phase, the players summon units from these alpha creations onto the board. Ordering their units and using powerful divine spells, each side attempts to combine 2 of 3 ancient relics in order to open the portal and win the game. The creation phase is played simultaneously. Once both players have secretly created 3 alphas and prepared their divine intervention deck, the creation phase ends. Both players choose their alpha's powers by combining alpha creation cards. The more cards an alpha has, the more powers it can use. However, the more cards an alpha has, the higher the summoning value of each unit from this alpha will be. There are 4 types of alpha creation cards: genus, ability, equipment, and spell cards. Each type has its unique symbol in the lower right corner and a different tint. When creating their alphas, players can combine any alpha creation cards they like, with the following restrictions. 1. Each alpha must have exactly 1 genus card. 2. An alpha can't carry more handheld equipment than it has hands. 3. The total creation points of all the spell cards of an alpha cannot exceed the total spell points limits of this alpha. During the creation phase, each player may select up to 4 divine intervention cards with a combined value of 8 or less. The synergy between your alphas and your divine intervention deck will decide the strength of your game strategy. The command phase is played over a series of alternating player turns. Each player turn has the following 3 steps: upkeep, unit activation, and summoning. Step 1. Upkeep. In this step, a player checks the duration of power effects and divine interventions. Step 2. Unit activation. In the main step of their turn, players activate each of their units, one after the other. Each unit has 1 movement and 1 action, which are used to trigger any of their alpha or basic powers. Step 3. Summoning. After a player activates all of his units, that player may summon 1 new unit onto the game board, paying its summoning value. The command phase continues until the win condition is met, or both players declare a draw.